Oh, it was Endeavor! Hey, yo! Eri? This is the thing. This is sick. Oh, Aye! Alright, bear with me for a second here because I've got some context to supply before we get into episode 11 here. So typically because of how my schedule works, I don't get to watch the new episode until the day after it's dropped. So my sister, who is also a massive My Hero fan, she always watches the episode before I do. And she's told me that it is imperative that I watch the Heroes Rising movie before this episode. Because up until about 20 minutes ago, I hadn't seen any of the My Hero movies. And that was mostly because I was under the impression that they weren't technically canon, as in you don't need to have seen them to like enhance your experience of watching the anime. So two things about the Heroes Rising movie. First of all, if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it. It is literally the greatest My Hero thing that I have seen. I'm not kidding. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And second of all, and I guess spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the movie and you do plan to, maybe skip maybe a minute ahead, I'll have timestamps down below. The whole scene of Deku and Bakugo using One for All together, the soundtrack, the imagery, the shots, everything that was happening, it was perfect. It was absolutely phenomenal. It looked incredible. The way the sound effects were minimal and it's just this epic track playing over everything that's going on, like Deku and Bakugo with their like colors enhanced. Like I just wish I recorded my reaction to it. And if you guys don't know, I am in the process of moving house right now. So there's lots of things going on. So I only have like X amount of time to actually film. So I didn't have the, you know, hour and 40 minutes to be actively recording without interruptions, much less the 2, maybe 3, 4 hours it would have taken to edit that. But man, it would have been worth it. I just spent the last 5-10 minutes of watching that movie with my jaw just about on the floor. Like, it was so good. But the fact that I've been told to watch that before this episode is really putting my head in a certain place, right? I would imagine that most people have seen the movie up to this point, but if you were like myself and you hadn't, I'm really curious to see, you know, what this experience would have been like if I hadn't watched the movie, you know? So once I get to the end of this episode, I'll probably be able to compare. So we'll see about all that. But here's the situation we find ourselves in, right? Deku is on his way, right after Shigaraki has just murdered Bakugo's arm. So I'm starting to make the connections, you know, maybe something epic like that's gonna go on. Like at the end of the movie, we're put under the impression that Bakugo has no idea, he doesn't remember what happened, and One for All is still inside Deku. Like, are there embers maybe inside of Bakugo still? Did the transfer happen? Did it not happen? Like what's going on with that? But anyway, that's enough about that for now. As you can see, I'm still really hyped after watching that movie. If anything, it's just got me even more amped up to see this episode. I don't think I've been this excited to sit down and watch an episode of My Hero yet. So with that being said, if the other My Hero movies are that good or are really good and people want to see me react to them, I would love to make videos on them, especially because I believe a new movie has been announced, right? So maybe when that comes out, I can make a video on that as well. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But now that that's all out of the way, we have a couple of significant situations in front of us now going into episode 11. So first of all, at the forefront of all of this, like I've already said, Deku's on his way. Shigaraki has just destroyed Bakugo's arm. I've got the feeling something pretty significant is about to go down about that. Now, the other thing is, now if you don't watch the intros to potentially avoid spoilers or whatnot, again, I'll put a timestamp down below because I'm quickly going to talk about something I've seen in the intro. So I've almost convinced myself that in the intro, we see All For One fighting All Might, and All Might's in that like massive suit thing. So after I made the video on the new opening and ending, and after going back through it a bunch of times, the way they're constructing the scenes, it just makes perfect sense, especially after seeing whatever the hell All For One has done against Endeavor here. You know, they flash to Eri, you know, signifying some sort of rewind. He starts regenerating, and then in the intro, it's very clearly a younger All For One, like maybe like in his prime kind of thing. And I've been saying I want one more just big All Might epic situation. I wanted to see him go into his buff form, right? But if he's in this big suit and he's fighting All For One, that's going to be enough for me. And I'm almost convinced that that is what's going to happen. So I think perhaps I've got that to look forward to in the future as well. Who knows when that's going to happen? Maybe in a few episodes, because I think we're going to deal with this Shigaraki, Bakugo, Deku situation first. At least I hope so, because that's where my head's at. So I think either way, there is an incredible amount to look forward to in the coming weeks. So I think with all of that being said, I think it's about time we get into episode 11 now. That was a lot to get out there, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had the complete context of where my head's at going into this episode. So like and subscribe, check out the Patreon for early access to the other shows that I'm doing if you're interested. And with all that being said, enjoy the video.
卒業式やりたかった。いいじゃん。来たのか。せめて緑谷くんが来るまでみんなを守りきろう。
Yes, sir!
俺たち3人のパ
I knew it! I knew it was him! I was like, who's talking?
個性が抹消されてて逆に良かった。塵にならずに死体が残る。串刺しであの怒りようだったからな。
That's facts. I almost forgot about this scene. That was nuts.
そうじゃないか。
Mirio needs to step in right now.
君はどこまで行こうと。ワン・フォー・オールの金魚の糞。
Goldfish poop? Oh, that looks so sick. Bro, Sun Eater is one of my favorite, man. He just spat it out? Looks like Sakuna, man. Oh my god. Yes, sir. Oh, he's the best, man. Yep, get Bakugo away from there. Thank you. I feel much better now. Come on, Mirio. Talk to me.
ふざけた顔だ。
ルミリオン。そっか、お前は友達がいなかったんだな。だからハード
Oh, that's so cool.
距離まで運ぶ。壊しちゃいけないものがあるって。ダイナマイト、右腕を見せろ。保護する。
Has it gotten to him this much? The power gap?
腕を見せろ。あとは私たちが何とかする。死柄木はもう別次元の領域にいる。
Yeah.
それを活かせる余地はもはやない。
Nah, I can...
もう大丈夫だ。
Bakugo's not one to... hold that thought, I guess.
指。フェイント。
Oh.
タイミング。回り込み。
Wait.
まだこの男。
Is he still fighting?
それでもまだ。
Initially, I thought he was talking about like a pattern that Shigaraki was using. It's him. It's him. Look at little Tenko. Oh, this is juicy, man. This is juicy. This is huge, man. Hello?
デリケートなとこに触れてしまったのか。反省だ。
Better not do that again.
分裂する。
Yep, yep.
完成した。死柄木弔は完全に僕と統合された。
Right, so it is all for one talking.
弔でもオールフォーワンでもないもの。志村。
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, this is good. This is good. I'm noticing those sparkles, man, whatever that is. And I saw his pupils, man. Don't get it twisted.
だから俺はお前の時間を稼ぐぜ。玉木。
Okay. Bit of an epic build-up going on here.
無理するな。
Ooh.
いいのが一発入ってる。どうやら君たちは自分たちの勘を
Oh, that's kind of a hard line, man.
知られていたみたいだ。
Ooh, oh, come on, come on. We're chilling. Are we Nejire flashing back? Why? This always makes me stressed. Such a social butterfly. What are we doing here?
何でもできる個性だからってそうやってうちらのこと
No, she's just curious, I think, right?
相手のことを知りたいと思うほどみんな離れていっちゃうの。でもね、
There he is.
ヒーロー、誰が好きなんだい？
He's the best, man. Someone wanted to know about her.
ねえねえ、どうして顔隠してるの？前が見えなくて困らない？
This is making me nervous, man.
どうして体が震えてるの？
If anything happens to any one of the big three, I'm sick.
君が聞いて
Yeah,
くれ
there
た
it is, yeah. Hey, yo!
君たちの
Mirio!
私はもっともっと強くなれたんだよ。
This better be an epic moment. Come on now. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's the same track in the back, man.
混成対価の進化発揮するには時間がかかる。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
ゼブラタランチュラプラスドラゴン
Zebra tarantula?
足がにプラス
Oh, shit.
プラス日本グリプラスアメリカヒゲ
I gotta sit up for this. Hold on, look at this guy.
プラス波動ねじれのエネルギー
Looks like a massive cannon.
唯一有効打を通せるとしたら個性に上限がないお前だ
No limits. I'm enjoying all this big three attention, though.
なんだよサンイーター
Yes, sir.
お前が本当はすげえ才能を持ってることまばゆい光の言葉他者が与えてくれた
What was the
宝
title?
物
Light fades to rain or something?
受け止めきれなかった宝の重さに潰されてしまうから
Oh, that's a good line.
しているうちは楽だったから
Uh-huh.
今はこの重さが
Yeah, let's go.
俺を強くしてくれる
Dude, it is a cannon. Look at this thing.
混成対価プラズマ
Talk to him. Holy shit.
いい加減に理解しろ
Mirio? Yep, I see him. Okay, we're all alive. Okay. Where's Shigaraki?
なんで？
全盛期のオールマイトが死ぬか。こんなもので。
I see what he's saying. Bakugo?
他のみんな頼む
Look at these sparkles, man. Izuku, he's never said that, I swear. Is he, man? He might not even know what he's doing right now. I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying.
個性爆破そんな彼が編み出した新技クラスターには本人
He didn't know about. Talk to me.
弾は別の出口を求め体中から
Wait. Full body?
全身からの爆破がさらなるスピードをもた
Oh,
らす
stop it, mate. Stop it.
体中が痛え痛みの中でバトンの
Oh, I see. Yeah.
つけてバトンのも全部てめえが通った道だ
That's good. That's good stuff.
イズク
I don't like him calling him Izuku, man. I'm nervous.
まだお前に追いつけるから
ワン・フォー・オールを持たぬモブに
Why would they say that right now, huh?
ゴミ虫と同じはずだ。なぜ僕は今焦っている
I think we all know why. It's All Might. In his
そうだ
is he remembering? In his vestiges thing.
出会い方があんなだよいろいろクソみたいな頃だったしなんとなく
It's the card from last intro.
俺
Yeah.
サイン欲しかったんだよな
Oh.
雨でも降るのかしら。
Oh.
雨嫌いな。
Why would they go to his parents?
先の戦いをなぞっているだけじゃないか。なぜ勝てると思った？理解したか？この先は僕らの物語だ。ダイナモ。心臓が。
涙の跡が消えない横顔
So this is one of the first wielders, right? Those are literally the first words that have come out of my mouth after that cliffhanger. But I think the reason I needed to have watched the Heroes Rising movie was for this, right? That's All Might, you know, as a vestige. And I imagine that's how Bakugo can have this experience right here. And to me, it was like, in that moment, he was remembering that experience maybe. As he looks at All Might here, he's like, oh, that's right. Like, I've had one for all for a little bit. And it's just such a different Bakugo, man. But this was in the intro for the first part of this season. The All Might cards. And the way that he's saying Izuku, I could be wrong. I don't think he's ever said he's called Deku by his actual name before. Like Izuku. Maybe Midoriya? Not Izuku. I might be sick. I've been cliffhangered like this time and time again. But holy shit, that does not look good, man. Gina said something about his heart. There was that one still image of a heart as well. Like, I feel sick. I feel ill. Why isn't Deku here, man? Why isn't Deku here? He's supposed to get here before something like this happens, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. I might have to save the discussion for next week. For this one. Mirio being here finally is absolutely fantastic. The big three, Amajiki and Nejire popping off. The way they all work together to use Amajiki's quirk to like the max. That was epic. I thought Nejire was going to die or something bad was going to happen. But the way they constructed that flashback to lead into the big three working together, that's big time. That's something I'm really going to be able to appreciate later on. Because that's epic. I love the big three. But the way Shigaraki says, do you think that would have, you know, stopped Golden Age All Might? And Shigaraki, or I guess he's been all for one, right, throughout a lot of this. He's been comparing, you know, the durability of his body and his strength to that of, you know, Prime All Might. So he was saying, why would that stop me if it wouldn't have stopped All Might? And of course, Mirio kind of triggering Tenko within Shigaraki all for one here. Talking about his friends. That was big time. I really like this. So Tenko still being in there is like the resistance. It's the reason why, you know, All for One and Shigaraki aren't completely one yet. I apologize for being so flat. Just for me, this experience has been like, I watched the Heroes Rising movie like literally 20 minutes before I sat down to watch this episode, and you saw me in the intro. I was so hyped. I was so amped up, and then to go from that to this, it's honestly quite shocking. And look, and now we all have to wait a week, man. Like I've barely moved from this spot. I don't know how many minutes it's been, like 10, 15 since the end of the episode. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot more to talk about next week. But at this stage, for now, you know, the usual, thank you all for watching. I hope you are all faring a little bit better than I am, and we'll see you next week.
Hello.
I'm unwell. Why isn't Deku here? Why isn't Deku here, man? Why isn't Deku here?
Yeah.
Like, he was calling him Izuku. He's never done that.
I think it was good that he wasn't there, is my opinion.
I'm like, I am like...
Because this was his moment, you know? Like,
oh, yeah.
You know? This was him, like...
Popping
like,
off.
that wouldn't all have happened if Midori was there.
But now Midoriya is gonna... Well, this is what Shigaraki said at the beginning of the episode, though. He wanted there to be a corpse. He said, it's good I can't use my quirk, so we can still have a corpse. So I imagine the reason I had to see the movie was when Bakugo was looking at, like, All Might's vestige, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that he was, like, remembering, right, in that moment? Was that what was happening? Yeah, that was my interpretation of that, yeah.
Same. Because as soon as that happened, I went,
yeah.
And I was like... okay, Matt has to watch this to understand.
Yeah, I was very curious because at the end of the movie, they're like, Bakugo forgets and it's still in Deku.
Yeah, and it makes sense that the part of One for All that is All Might would kind of stick with Bakugo a smidge, you know, if
that's
it's that
facts.
consciousness.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fact that Shigaraki was getting flustered because it was
Yeah.
it was a little bit of a One for All going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need to rewatch it again because that just whole last half of that episode was just, it was stunning, but it was like so deeply stressful.
Like, I've been on such an emotional roller coaster because I shit you not, that movie was fucking incredible.
I knew,
and that was
it.
like
It was
the most hype shit I have ever seen. The way that like the fight's happening, but it's just the epic track in the background. There's like no sound effects.
It's so cool.
I was like, this is literally better than United States of Smash. I'm like, this is like the best thing I've seen. To go from that to fucking Mirio finally rocking up, and then I thought Nejire was gonna die because
that killed me.
And I was like, I'm literally about to pass out. And then
that whole moment.
Oh, and then for that really sick Amajiki thing, like that was like, I'm like, this is everything I ever wanted, and then for it to end like that, just that everything that happened with Bakugo in this episode was just like, he said it,
absolute insanity. Okay, there's one thing that I'm a bit like, what the fuck? There's this clip that I swear to God we have not seen in the show, and I've been meaning to go back to do this again. This frame of someone.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it
the guy getting strangled?
That's one of the Wilders.
That's one of the.
Yeah. Because
so it's like, what is happening
because
here?
this is All for One. It's not Shigaraki. It's All for One.
Oh yeah. Okay. True. I thought it was Bakugo.
No.
My brain. I was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, because he's trying to compare these guys to like they're no one. You know, he's saying I killed this guy easily. It should be No, I picked up on that straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was a bit like, I need to go back and watch this. Oh my God, I actually can't see any frames of Bakugo right now. Actually.
That is like burned into my brain. That last image
of him on the ground. Yeah.
Like it's giving not good
lifeless
things.
So in the preview from last week, they showed Mirio, and that was the only kind of.
Oh no! I'm sorry. That's. When freaking Nejire and Amajiki are standing there, and like I'm like, who the fuck is talking? I'm like, no, you already know he's in there. He's about to pop up, and that got me so hyped. And like the movie, and then that, I was like, nah, this is about to be lit. And now I'm just like, I feel ill.
Yeah.
Like physically. Yeah.
That being said, the preview used some very interesting words.
I don't want to know anything about it. I don't even want to know what you think about it. Literally nothing. We're not talking about it.
It also didn't really show anything except for there was nothing else. It gave me nothing.
So why are you still talking about it? I don't want to stop. The full body explosions though. That's
because this whole time I've been watching this, I've been like, at some point Bakugo needs to level up. There's gonna be a moment where, because he's not, everyone, like, you know, Uraraka,
they have it in the moment.
Kirishima, obviously Midoriya, Iga, they've all leveled up. And Bakugo has like plateaued this whole time.
Like he's developed like his quirk a lot and like moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But like he hasn't had
he's not gone to the next level that everyone else has.
Like in the moment as well.
Because then even we have My Villain Academia, and Shigaraki did it twice.
Yeah, they all did it. Toga did it. Yeah, and that was very apparent. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, here's this rival character. I get that his arc is
it was
like,
very obvious what they were doing.
It's more about his personality than his quirk and like his own character and everything.
I don't want Deku to see this, man.
But do you know what I think?
Hide
Imagine him rocking up.
Hide the body.
And
he's fine.
And him seeing that, you know, like,
Where's Eri?
That is more impactful than.
I mean, that's facts.
Well, here was my thoughts. When we were chatting about it yesterday, I was like, oh shit. So if this is like a physical thing that's to do with his body.
We can rewind it, no?
Not.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
We can rewind
They've got
it.
the bullet.
He's not been decayed or anything like that. You know, we can rewind.
So that's.
That has to happen.
Yeah.
That has to happen.
That's what I'm.
Otherwise, we're boycotting the show.
Yeah.
I can't get that image out of my head. As if there's no post-credits.
I don't want to look at him anymore.
I'm just staring at it.
That's so vicious.
The card on the floor as well.
And like Genus being there too, like that's like his mentor, you know?
Yeah.
Also just love Amajiki.
Oh, he's the goat. Bro, the him and Nejire in the flashback, it was so cute.
So cute, yeah.
She's asking about everyone and no one's asking about her. And then
they're all like,
the shy goat comes in.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just remembered that moment of finally seeing Kid Shigaraki down there.
Tenko, yeah.
Or I should say Tenko.
Oh, that was big too.
Because it's just like immediately apparent that it's like, oh, this is the one part of Shigaraki that One for All has not
and
touched.
this is the reason why they haven't.
This is the kid that like
assimilated.
you have not influenced, you have not groomed.
And Mirio said sorry. He said my bad.
He's funny.
Did I hit a touchy subject? Oh, my bad.
He's literally like, oops. Which is so funny because you'd think, actually, something weird's going on here. Let's probe a little bit more. That's what Midori is going to think when he comes.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I know exactly what's going on here.
And like, I had like the most depressing like discussion about the episode after the video because I can't, because, you know, you look at that, you think he's dead, but it's a cliffhanger, you know?
Yeah.
And I have to wait till next week, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know how it is. Like, if you don't know, you're sitting here thinking, all right, I've seen every anime cliffhanger ever. Something might happen, you know? Yeah,
no, for sure. It's like, it's weird because this doesn't seem conclusive to me at the moment. Like,
no, this is giving,
you know?
It literally gives me Nobara, if you will.
For sure, absolutely.
It's literally the image is the exact same as well. Like, because I promise you, he comes back. I know, like
so there's a good chance he hasn't actually died.
There's a good chance, like he might be dead, but like he's not staying dead.
Yeah. Or this isn't everyone thinking that he died in this moment, but actually next episode they get him out of there, and I don't know. You know, like, so I'm a bit like, this is feeling a bit more open-ended to me, but it was just literally, it was so funny. It was like my brain went blank after that episode.
Bro, I
for an hour.
I sat there for at least 2 minutes. And I plan to just like fast forward it like in the video because I'm just sat there and then I pick up my phone and I text you and then I literally could not speak, like words would not come out and I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, that whole Nejire moment, because as well she was the freaking thumbnail.
I know, I saw that.
2 character freaking death.
I thought this was like gonna be like the biggest fake out of all time. Like we've been thinking it's Bakugo this whole time and then it's like, oh my god, why are we doing a Nejire flashback right now?
That would I would have been so mad if they killed it.
All I can think about is how sick her haircut is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bit of a slay, to be honest.
It looks sick. It looks great. It suits her so much.
Yeah. I know, like, yeah, I think it's very fun.
And like, I think like the character development, like in this moment from Amajiki as well, is probably gonna go. It's gonna go unnoticed a lot, like at the beginning, because obviously what happens afterwards. But for him to say that he can like accept all of that and not feel weighed down from it is like insane.
I mean, if anything can give you a bit of perspective on life, it's probably what the fuck is happening around them.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, it's not his bits. It's a bit bigger than just him, you know.
Yeah, the scorpion thing was so cool, and then the freaking mouth, I was like,
oh dude, when he was like invisible, oh dude, that was some Sukuna shit.
Yeah,
literally, I was like Amajiki was like invisible.
Yeah,
dude, the big 3 is so sick, man. The big 3 is so cool.
They were amazing. They were so well done and introduced it right, like the perfect spot.
I love Mirio.
Mirio has such main character, and he is living his own story. Like he's existing like there's an entire other anime that's just about him. You know, he's the main character of that one.
Oh, that's facts though. Imagine this, like you watch My Hero, but it's from like when the big 3 started at UA.
I would happily accept that as a sideshow.
Yeah, and they're so
like the top 3 students in the whole school.
Like Mirio and Nejire getting along makes sense because they're just so extroverted.
Yeah.
And Amajiki is like the polar opposite.
Yeah, and it's such like a classic, like, the little extrovert kid adopts the introvert.
That's
and they
facts.
just stick together. Very cute of them.
I'm gonna go look at the picture of Bakugo again.
Oh, don't.
Because I'm not depressed enough yet.
I go the complete opposit. I'm like, I can't even perceive him ever now. This season is just like whiplash every 2 seconds.
This is what I like.
This
is what I like.
They've just built this whole series up, like this whole show up at like the perfect like escalation. Like it's just so seamless. You don't even like, this is absolutely bonkers. Like if you were to watch this episode versus like the first or second episode, tones are completely different, themes are completely different, we're rooting for very different things, but this just feels like the most like natural progression. Like this feels so within like the scope of the world, you know, like everything that's happening, I'm like, this makes sense.
To be
happening. And the tone of this episode was so dark. Like, like as soon as we get like to that halfway point, everything to do with Bakugo, like him counting the things from that point on, it just feels like this like really dark kind of like, oh god, like this is really actually messed up.
I wish it was longer. I wish like his little exchange with Shigaraki there was longer, because he was popping off. Like Shigaraki was shitting himself.
Literally,
like,
yeah. He was like, what do I do with this? Which is fun, because something, I don't know if he does end up coming back later, you know. I just hope if that does happen, I hope he has a fun entrance where he's like, guess who's back from the dead.
Here's where my head's at, okay? So
yeah.
After watching the movie, and I was like, I looked it up and they're like, yes, okay, so it's canon. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Can we rewind Bakugo? And can Deku and Bakugo please, for the love of Christ, just do that again? Because that was like the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life.
I mean...
Please. Like, please.
I mean, it's not gonna happen.
No, because it has to be Deku. But
yeah.
But like,
just
a little bit, just a little something.
I mean, I think that was the little something. Like, there's been no references
it was a big little something
in the show to any of the movies.
Yeah. Seeing him say Izuku is worse than the last image for me. That's when I knew. When he said Izuku, that's when I knew, you know?
Okay, hold on. I have to go back and find this episode. I think he literally only called him Deku until
he might have said Midoriya one time.
I want to go back and rewatch this whole thing again.
And no one calls him Izuku. They all call him Midoriya, you know? Like
yeah, because that's his
I know, but
family name.
But it just makes it so much more, you know? You know what I mean? Like
Sorry. I'm going back. Fuck. God damn it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
And he's like all shy about asking All Might, like, I wanted your autograph.
Okay. Okay.
What's good with you?
You will understand. Oh my god, this is insane.
Are you good? What is good with you? What are you watching?
Give me 2 seconds.
This is not a time for this sort of laughter. We are depressed.
Okay. Go to episode 37.
37? Was that season 2?
Trust me.
Katsuki Bakugo Origin.
Is that not literally exactly what happened?
Yeah. That's he literally does that. With his quirk, like
yeah.
It's literally. I hate anime. Does Eri bring Bakugo back?
Don't. What is wrong with you?
These are my weakest moments.
I've been sitting with all of these thoughts and feelings long enough now that I'm in full acceptance of whatever will happen. I hope he doesn't die, because then it's like, as soon as a character dies in one of these shows, I write them out of existence in my brain. I'm like, they're gone. I don't want to think about them anymore. They're done. Don't even want to watch anything to do with them anymore. I am just curious now as well that they showed All Might's vestige. I'm really curious if next episode he's going to have this inkling that something's happened.
All Might, something's happened to her. Yeah. And then he's going to suit up. I'm telling you, he's going to suit up.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. I'm kind of sad we didn't see anything about All for One. But like, obviously this episode had to be this. I
mean, this was... If they stopped halfway through that episode to go back to that fight, that would have been bananas.
Also, shout outs to the mid-episode, like, title card thing being like super early.
It was pretty early.
It was, yeah. Because I almost thought there wasn't one, because like that last stretch was just non-stop.
Yeah.
Like
oh my god. Why are you watching this episode? Because it keeps coming onto weird bits.
I'm always doing this on purpose at this point. Every time you open it's like just Bakugo.
God, man. This is just nuts. Literally though.
Dude, he looks so pale. He's so dead.
Why are you still looking at that?
Exposure therapy.
He literally just looks like life. They're gonna open the next episode on that, and I'm gonna scream.
No, they're gonna do what they did with Nobara. They're gonna flash back to some really happy moment, and then it's just gonna pan to this image. And Deku's gonna bust in and be like, Katsuki. Like Yuji's like, Kugisaki. That just echoes in my head.
I don't think we're gonna get Midoriya next episode. I think it'll be the episode after. Because I feel like there needs to be like half an episode of the aftermath of whatever the fuck just happened.
I'm telling you what the aftermath is. It's Deku.
I don't know. I don't think it...
Like, this is literally the same thing as Mahito. He said, I want to show him the corpse. And this is what All for One was saying. Like, I'm glad there can be a corpse to show Deku when he gets here.
Yeah, but I don't think it's happening just yet, because we've got all the... I think the one for All All for One stuff is more imminent than
Oh.
like I think we're gonna like that feels like there needs to be some sort of conclusion to that a little bit more.
Oh, like with
What
the
I kind of
river.
feel like is happening is we only have like 9 more episodes left of this season. I feel like things are going to wrap up a bit quick.
I don't think it'll be completely wrapped up by the end of the season.
Like I don't think it will be, but I think we'll get to a pause.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. As
And
well.
then there's going to be
Yeah.
another
Yeah,
thing
I
after
think that
this.
has to be because like otherwise
Yeah.
that's toxic.
But because I'm a bit like, okay, this Shigaraki shit he's just been throwing his little arms around for like a long time, like a good few episodes now.
That's facts. He hasn't really been
You
doing
know?
much.
So it's like, well, something's gonna happen soon. Obviously it's Midoriya, but we know this isn't the final fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have a feeling that obviously after Bakugo's carked it, they're gonna go, shit, we need to retreat. We need to figure out.
Deku's fighting Shigaraki in the coffin in the sky in the intro.
I don't think it's gonna be like a long
No.
thing.
I think it'll be a situation.
I feel like we're going to get maybe 5 more episodes of all of this, maybe 6. Because if there's an All Might situation happening
Yeah.
with One for
And
All
that's
back
clearly
in
this
its
season.
prime, then that's going to be like I think that should be fairly snappy in this Endeavour Hawks, their little situation. I think things are going to wrap up a bit. Like, I don't think things are going to get dragged out a lot. Because there's 3 fights happening. We haven't even touched on Toga yet.
Oh my god, I forgot about she still has to use twice as quirk as well.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen.
Because we've still got
Oh
So
my
we've got One
God.
for All fight happening, Toga fight happening, Shigaraki fight happening. We still haven't seen the ending conclusion of whatever happened with Toya,
plus all
Darby.
those other little things going on.
Plus all the other little
Yeah,
things
like
going on.
Shoji and
There's something to do
Spinner,
with
and then-
Gigantomachia.
yeah.
There's a lot. So I don't think these fights are going to last very long because
Okay.
we've got a bit to cover. Because I think the villains may take a few more lives and then vanish,
I
retreat.
mean, I've been saying this whole season, I feel like there are going to be deaths.
Yeah,
So-
which is
and
why when
that's
that
why-
Desiree thing happened.
No, that's what I was about to say, because she's not like a class 1A person, you know?
No.
So that would be
And that
one of the
would've been-
perfect
that
characters to
would've
do.
Shocked me.
And it would have sucked.
Literally.
Yeah, because name a Nejire hater, you can't, because she's great.
Literally.
So like,
She is perfect.
it's one of the big 3, perfect. Not Mirio, because we've already had the Mirio
The night-
Elizabeth quirk thing, right? So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that was like, he may as well not be in the show.
Yeah. And we've had like Amajiki's
Yeah, the
whole
big moment, yep.
backstory. That was amazing.
Still
Love
like
him.
that. And then
Yeah.
so it would have made sense, man.
It
I
would've-
would
it
not
would've
have faulted them for
sucked.
doing it in that moment when freaking Present Mike's voice just comes over and starts explaining Bakugo's quirk.
Hate that. Hate it. Hate it.
Why?
No, I hate it because I'm deeply stressed.
Oh,
and
I
sad.
was just like, oh, you know he's about to explain something epic right now.
Yeah. I know. I love that there's just an ongoing thing from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it just makes me miss that first season so much. It was such a different show, you know? Like, it was just this sweet story about this guy that just wanted to be a hero so badly, and against this crazy thing happens, and then he goes to school, and it's just, you know, it's just this cute fun time. And here society is good and not deeply flawed and horrible, you know?
I like that they really address that though. Even though a lot of it is the villains talking about it, I like that they're addressing it in the show. Just
Oh
how-
no,
how-
it's so good.
Well, yeah,
Well, that's
so-
such like it's so important to the show,
Yeah,
though. You know?
which tells me that, you know, they're going to do something about it. So, and I imagine a big part of that is like, oh, if we change society, it probably changes, you know, how villains come about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there will be
Yeah,
less
there's
villains.
a connection there. Yeah, like because I was just like so focused on the movie during this episode, I was like looking at Bakugo, like
Yeah.
his eyes, man. I'm trying to see because you know his eyes, they change
Yeah.
when he has, and there's like one shot where
Yeah.
like his eyes are like sparkling. Like, dude, when him and Deku are both using One for All and their
Yeah.
hair and the colors, dude,
Yeah.
that
I was
is
trying
like,
to like. I just wanted to say like it's nothing crazy or like
shut
deep or
the
anything.
fuck
It's just this one poignant moment that happens in the episode, and you'll know what it is.
and
as soon as it
because you
happens.
told me this happened ages ago.
Yeah.
That Deku shared a bit of One for All with
Yeah.
Bakugo. You told me this ages ago, so I assumed that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
So even if I hadn't watched the movie, I still would have remembered.
Yeah.
Because I knew you.
But I
told
was
me, and
like,
I never
you need
forgot.
to understand. I feel like you just need to know the like gravity of the movie, and then
like
that moment caught me so off guard with the vestige.
like this, that in the movie, that should not be allowed to exist if it's not canon, because it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why give that to us
Yeah.
if it's not canon? Like, holy shit.
It's more in the sense of how the transfer
Oh.
kind of chilled out afterwards.
Well, no,
was very-
that's facts. Yeah.
And also, like, it makes more sense to me as a non-canon movie.
Well, in the vacuum of that concept, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if they, yeah, that makes sense.
Because what's
If
stopping
they-
Deku from doing that constantly?
Well, that's the thing. Well,
There's nothing.
Yeah,
If the Vestiges have chosen him, well, he can just do that every single day
time,
and
yeah.
have no consequences.
You can also argue that how many people could handle One for All, you know? You can see it was tough for
well,
Bakugo.
technically anyone whose body is strong enough.
Yeah, but like, you know, I don't know. You gotta-
Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I think, I mean, it does seem like that one went on fairly later after the Shie Saikai.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up.
because-
I looked up, like, exactly when it happened. It's literally between, you know, the back-to-back Shigaraki backstory episodes?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
when it takes
No,
place, the movie. Yeah, like, in
Yeah.
between that, yeah. What they do in Dragon Ball is, the first, like, 10 movies were, like, not canon, right? They just, like, slot them in.
Mhm.
But because the fan base loved some of the concepts in like some of
Yeah.
the movies so much, they wrote it in later into the actual show.
That's
so like
cool.
the movies are not canon, but they'll take characters or concepts and then write it in.
I like that.
So like even if it's like the way it happened in the movie is not like
Yeah.
canon, but like they
Yeah.
kind of change it a little bit so they
Find
can,
a way.
Yeah,
I really like that. Yeah.
I love that. I thought it
Um,
was great.
I think that's a really cool way of doing that.
Yeah.
Because the thing is as well, this third movie is, I'm assuming then also canon. It's
Yeah.
Todoroki, Midoriya, and Bakugo, I'm pretty sure going overseas and doing some big...
Like where does that
mission.
fit in?
And it's like, well, where the fuck does that happen
Yeah.
in this too?
Yeah.
Like, it's just... That's my only issue with... One of the other issues I have with the movies being canon. The first one makes complete sense. Like, it takes place over a weekend. They perfectly tie it in with, like, where they're at in the show and everything. And then the second one, I'm a bit dubious about this. And also, absolutely bananas that you're sending a bunch of 16-year-olds off to an island for months without any
yeah.
supervision.
And it's not like it was close to UA either. It was so far
No!
away. It was so far away.
It was a 6-hour drone flight, and you bet Momo made that the fastest
no.
drone that she could.
But she was tired as fuck though at the time. Like she was
Yeah.
tired as fuck. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, just that All Might's vestige popping up, I was just like, ugh! Like it just punched me right in the chest. I was like, Jesus.
Dude, and then he's like, "Oh, that's right." And the way he says it, he's remembering.
Yeah.
Like he's remembering. So,
And like this is his like reparation to All Might. You know, like he's done it with Deku,
Yeah.
and this is his moment of being like,
Dude, when he said to Genus, "Take care of everyone else," bro, I've heard that line too many times before characters die.
oh yeah,
Take care of everyone else. I'm going to my death.
He was doing this on his own terms. He was like, well, if I'm dying, fuck this, I'm gonna kill
And,
myself.
and one of the things they reinforce in the movie is like that whole win to save and save to win. And Deku is always
Yeah.
on the I'm gonna save everyone so I can beat the villain. But Bakugo's like, I'm gonna beat the villain so I can save everyone.
Yeah.
So he went and
It's their
he stuck to
opposite.
that. He stuck to that.
Yeah.
I've been recording this whole thing. Can I use it in my video?
Yes. Can you send it to me first? Just so
Dude,
I
it's almost 50 minutes long.
Can you send it to me first, just so I can?
I'll edit
see
it.
it?
I'll edit it and then send it to you.
I just want to just confirm, make sure I haven't said anything.
No, like
I-
yeah, I'll edit.
I
I'll
feel
edit
weirded
it
out.
and then I'll send it to you, and then you can.
Cool.
You can.
Yeah, no, I know.
I had the most depressed discussion. Like usually I like take my headphones off and like sit down and like talk and like go through the episode. But I just sat there and I just said I might even just leave this till next week because I can't. And I was like, yeah, Mirio, that was really cool. Amajiki, Nejire, Big 3 stuff, dope. And then I just got depressed and I just said, yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna record this and just maybe use this.